Hello everyone, and welcome back to the XRP Ripple Insights channel. In the ever-evolving landscape of cryptocurrency, few moments truly stand out as game changers, but right now, XRP could be on the verge of experiencing one. Across the digital asset community, enthusiasm is once again gaining momentum, and XRP is making waves for all the right reasons. Investors, analysts, and enthusiasts are beginning to sense that the long-anticipated turning point may finally be here. It's not just hype or speculation fueling this optimism, it's a tangible shift backed by real-world progress, legal milestones, and institutional interest. As the broader crypto market prepares for what many believe is the next bullish cycle, XRP is showing unique signals that suggest it's poised to take a leading role. The convergence of favorable factors has led to whispers of an explosive rally, possibly one that surpasses XRP's previous all-time highs. The fundamental question echoing through forums, investment circles, and social media is, can XRP really break out and lead the next wave of digital asset adoption? With the foundations now appearing stronger than ever, XRP is no longer just a speculative asset. It's becoming central to discussions about utility, global payments, and the future of decentralized finance. Let's take a deeper look into what's driving this excitement. One of the most significant catalysts driving XRP's resurgence is the legal clarity emerging from Ripple's prolonged courtroom battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). For years, the lawsuit brought forth by the SEC cast a shadow over Ripple and its native token, XRP, creating an environment of caution and skepticism that stifled its momentum. Many exchanges delisted XRP, partnerships were paused, and institutional players kept their distance due to the lack of regulatory certainty. However, that narrative began to shift dramatically in 2023. As Ripple secured a series of landmark legal victories that changed the game entirely. Courts began to affirm that XRP should not be classified as a security in many instances, effectively dismantling the core argument of the SEC's case. These rulings have injected new life into the XRP community and ecosystem, restoring investor confidence and prompting major exchanges to relist the token. Moreover, institutional interest has surged, as many now view XRP as a safer, more compliant digital asset in the United States and abroad. The positive legal momentum has not only removed a massive cloud of uncertainty, but has also positioned XRP as a regulatory pioneer, potentially the first token of its kind to be legally tested and cleared for broad market use. This is a major development that cannot be overstated. Outside the courtroom, Ripple has been working tirelessly to build meaningful and measurable utility for XRP in the global financial system, and these efforts are beginning to pay off in a big way. RippleNet, the company's global payment network, is already being utilized by numerous financial institutions to facilitate faster, more cost-effective cross-border transactions. One of the standout features of RippleNet is its on-demand liquidity ODL solution, which leverages XRP as a bridge currency to settle international payments in real time. This innovation is not theoretical, it's being actively deployed in various regions, including Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America. Additionally, several central banks and financial regulators are exploring or piloting Ripple's technology as part of their modernization initiatives. This trend underscores XRP's shift from a speculative digital asset to a utility-driven financial tool with tangible use cases. Real-world adoption, especially in government and institutional sectors, helps separate XRP from countless other cryptocurrencies that exist primarily on promises. Furthermore, the recent increase in on-chain activity, declining circulating supply due to controlled escrow releases, and the noticeable accumulation of XRP by high-net-worth holders also, known as whales, point to a solid underlying demand. All these signs suggest that the market is gearing up for something significant. With these developments aligning, A bullish case for XRP is gaining serious traction among seasoned analysts and market commentators. The resurgence in on-chain metrics, combined with Ripple's legal and institutional wins, has led many to revise their price forecasts upward. Some analysts are now openly suggesting that XRP could not only retest its former all-time high of around $3.84, but potentially break beyond the $4.00 barrier for the first time in history. These projections aren't just based on technical analysis or sentiment, they are grounded in XRP's growing relevance in the global financial infrastructure. As blockchain technology moves toward practical applications in remittances, settlements, and real-time payments, assets with actual utility will likely rise to prominence. XRP's unique position as both a bridge currency and a liquidity provider in financial markets gives it a distinct edge in this evolving space. If adoption continues to expand and regulatory clarity remains in Ripple's favor, then XRP may very well lead the next wave of capital inflows into the crypto sector. For holders and prospective buyers alike, this moment represents a rare confluence of fundamentals, sentiment, and market structure. The next chapter in XRP's journey could define not just its own future, but the future of blockchain adoption across traditional financial systems. Furthermore, sentiment around digital assets as a whole is undergoing a significant transformation, and XRP is one of the primary beneficiaries of this renewed optimism. Across the broader crypto market, we are witnessing a period of stabilization and subtle bullish resurgence, particularly from flagship assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin, often seen as the market bellwether, has been holding above key psychological and technical support levels, signaling that the worst of market corrections might be behind us. Ethereum, on the other hand, is demonstrating progress with network upgrades and increased developer activity, further reinforcing confidence in long-term utility-driven digital assets. In this revitalized atmosphere, altcoins with real-world value propositions, such as XRP, are beginning to attract serious attention. Over the past month alone, XRP has seen measurable spikes in search trends, indicating heightened public interest. Wallet activity, including the number of new XRP wallets created and increased transaction volume, points to broader ecosystem participation. Simultaneously, trading volume across multiple exchanges has surged, suggesting a growing appetite from both retail and institutional investors. What makes this particularly notable is the consistency and structure of this growth. This isn't a one-off rally driven by hype, it's the result of a coordinated and sustainable upward momentum across technical indicators, market fundamentals, and user engagement. XRP is now standing at the convergence of these forces, and it may only be a matter of time before it breaks out decisively. XRP's journey over the years has been nothing short of a dramatic evolution marked by periods of explosive promise, extended uncertainty, and now a resurgence that feels grounded in substance rather than, quote, speculation. Originally launched to revolutionize the global remittance industry, XRP has always aimed to be more than just another cryptocurrency. It was designed with a clear utility: to serve as a liquidity bridge for cross-border payments, reducing transaction times and costs. However, as it rose in popularity, XRP also became entangled in regulatory scrutiny, most notably with the SEC lawsuit that froze its progress for several years. Yet through that adversity, the XRP community and Ripple Labs never stopped building. What we are seeing today is a shift from a controversial asset to one that is gaining legitimacy and traction on a global scale. Legal uncertainties are being peeled away, and institutional trust is being restored. Partnerships with banks and payment providers are no longer just in theory, they are being actively deployed. This transition marks a pivotal chapter in XRP's narrative, transforming it from a token with potential to a cornerstone of practical blockchain implementation. For long-term holders, this shift represents a moment of vindication. For new investors, It could be an invitation to participate in what might become one of the most remarkable comebacks in crypto history. For current XRP holders, the present moment offers a unique combination of vindication and opportunity, while for prospective investors, it may represent a strategic entry point before a significant upward move. As always, caution and due diligence are necessary in any financial decision. Markets are inherently unpredictable, and past performance is never a guarantee of future results. However, the indicators surrounding XRP right now are not simply based on sentiment, they reflect structural, technological, and regulatory shifts that are aligning at just the right time. Whether it's the relisting on major exchanges, whale accumulation trends, growing developer activity, or the expanded use of XRP for institutional remittances, each factor strengthens the bullish tracha narrative. And with analysts setting their eyes on a potential breakout past the $4 mark, interest is only intensifying. Still, investors should remain vigilant, watching exchange flows, on-chain metrics, macroeconomic news, and Ripple's continued engagements with governments and financial institutions will be key in assessing XRP's next moves. While there's no crystal ball in crypto, few assets today are positioned as uniquely as XRP to benefit from both regulatory tailwinds and global utility. The stage is set, and the markets are watching. Whether XRP reaches its long-awaited all-time high or sets new historical records, one thing is clear: those paying attention now are unlikely to miss the moment. Thank you for tuning in to another deep dive here on the XRP Ripple Insights channel. If today's analysis helped you better understand the current landscape surrounding XRP, don't forget to like the video, share it with your community, and subscribe to the channel for ongoing updates. The developments we're seeing right now may only be the beginning of a larger trend, and we'll be right here to walk you through it every step of the way. As always, we encourage our viewers to stay informed, do their own research, and remain grounded in both caution and curiosity. With the digital asset world moving at lightning speed, being early and being prepared can make all the difference. XRP's next chapter could shape not just its own future, but the direction of real-world blockchain adoption across the globe. So whether you're a veteran of the XRP army or a newcomer exploring the space, now is the time to stay engaged. Until next time, stay sharp, stay optimistic, and keep looking forward, because history might just be in the making.